Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Where we left off, we had just come back from a nullsec adventure into a wormhole that was in this C3 wormhole right here, a nullsec wormhole that was in the C3 wormhole. Now I think it's time to go back to the home system of Jita, and hopefully there's still a wormhole. I think there's a wormhole. I think it's time to conclude this little adventure in the wormhole space, and also come to a little bit of improvements of what we can do next time. Because I think, like, even though it's not like we achieved anything major right here, we went and did some relic sites, some actually pretty good ones as well. Also some data sites. And no, actually, no, we didn't do any data sites. We did relic sites. Then we did a bit of Abyss as well, and a bit of nullsec ratting as well. And we also encountered some interesting people along the way. On the scan at least. I would have liked to maybe encounter some more people, and I think we can come up with some improvements to do next time we decide to go into an adventure like this. Some things I've mentioned before is that we can go and do a PvP fit style. So we have the like a fit that, or like modules that could be a bit more PvP oriented here. So we could have, I don't know, maybe a sensor dampener, or maybe at least a warp disruptor. That's the main thing I was thinking about. And then we can also have, okay, there we go, cargo is full. Then we can, speaking of cargo, we can also have the ability to have more cargo by going through expanded cargo holds. Because if we go with expanded cargo holds, then we could have potentially a lot more loot than we have now, carry more modules and go in and out of like high sec and low sec and wormhole space by carrying a lot of stuff in our little ship right here. I really like this Purifier for doing these kind of adventures here because it's very multi-purpose. You've got combat capabilities, you've also got decent capabilities to do damage to battleships, especially because of the torpedoes doing so much damage, and that's what I really like about this ship. And then you also have the ability to do some nice T1 Abyss, and then you've got the ability with a lot of the utility highs to go with a bit of scanning and cloaking fit. Cloaking is the most important thing, I think, because you can get in and out of these different gates pretty safely. Let's go back to G10. We also learned that it could be a good idea to have a structure repair, because I did a lot of fails in the Abyss sites and I took a bit of structure damage, so having this medium automated structural restoration device could be a good thing to have. In fact, we maybe even could have two of them. I don't know, because you need a lot of power grid to have these active, but this would then be good to repair my structure, because otherwise, if there wasn't a high-sec static in that wormhole, it could have been a bit of a difficult task to find a place to repair stuff at. So having our own ability to repair ourselves without even having to go through the like wormholes, just sitting there in our mobile depot, our little mobile base in space, would have been actually, I think, a good way to just sort of live by ourselves. I really like the idea of having your little base in space. That's the main thing I liked about this, and I think it could be expanded upon in the future, actually. It's just, I've always liked the idea of having a base in space, like an Astra Hoose. I think would be something very fun, but I can't be bothered to have to like refuel it, worry about war decks and all that kind of stuff. I don't have time for that. So just having a little mobile depot that can, you do check on it, not expensive, very small little base that you can be there, repair your stuff with a bit of a structure repair or armor repair, store some items in there and refit. I think that's a nice thing to have. Okay, let's see now. There's perimeter right here. So I'm pretty happy about that, because I never really thought about this until I was reading in the description of the mobile depot, and it said, this is your very own base in space. And then I thought, okay, we could maybe use this to go in a wormhole somewhere, because this has so far only been a module I've been considering for PvE, where I refit on the go, and I sit there in these very hard Triglavian sites, for example, and you can just refit. I used to use them a lot for these minor victory systems a long time ago. Go there and repair on the go. I'm wondering, do you guys do any of this kind of like wormhole sort of nomadic life like this? Because I definitely think T3 cruises is a thing you could use for these kind of activities. You can have them be very good at cloaking, and then have a bit of scanning, and be a lot more combat capable than a Purifier. Only thing is that they're a lot more expensive than the stealth bomber right here. Otherwise, I think it could be a good thing to use them. Very unfortunate that you can't use them in the Abyss. Otherwise, it would have been really nice, I think, to be able to use them in the Abyss as well. To be honest, I think T3 crews should be able to go in the Abyss, but maybe you have something like, I don't know, 25% reduced loot or something like that. It would be nice to be able to use those ships in the Abyss. I think it would be quite cool to have at least some kind of Abyss capability with them, but you can't, unfortunately. Let's jump into here. Stellar cartography. This is where I have my clone bay. My different clones. Well, no, actually, I don't have a lot of clones in here, but I have a lot of blank clones in here. So I swap it out for the one I have in right now. There we go, got some augmentations in. Go and undock. I was thinking we could put those expanded cargo holes and refit a bit our Purifier, so we can use that in the next adventure I decide to go in. Jumpity jump. And also, these Tech 2 Relic Analyzers have just been so damn good. They were so effective in taking out these hacking sites. It just felt so easy. Just so easy. Nothing like before. That's Anathema. I think this is a good ship for doing hacking. Cloaking device, core scanner probe strength. And then it's got Relic Analyzer bonuses as well. So let's see now. If we go with Relic Analyzer, see what the stats are here. 40 strength. Oof, that's a lot of strength right here. And then we get a good core probe launcher. Let's say we go with a Sister's core probe launcher. Then we go with some Sister's core scanner probes. We get 109 strength. Quite a decent amount of strength right there. And if we put gravity capacitor, maybe 2 of these gravity capacitor upgrades, like that. 125. Could even use these RSS core scanner probes, but they're like really expensive, and it goes only a tiny bit benefit over the Sisters ones, so I don't think it's worth it. Better to just use the Sisters ones. Maybe if you're in a T3 cruise, it could be worth to go with the RSS one. And dock up here. Pushed quite far there. Let's see now if we can sell our loot, sell our wares from this little adventure right here. How much was the total haul? I'm quite curious about that. I think it's 70 million something, because quite a lot of the ISK here is the actual modules we used for doing like Abyss and that kind of stuff. But this here, these salvage Abyss loot, and keep these filaments in here because these are what we use to farm Abyss. Okay, that's the modules right here. So let's see now, Abyssal Loot, how much do we get? I think there's a lot of loot here actually from before. Won't be representative of all the loot we got from there. Let's see now. Can sell these because we got 4 million something from that previous site. Can sell this 57 million. So a lot of the ISK was from those good relic sites we found. They were really profitable. 53 million ISK. So almost 60 million ISK we got. Just under 60 million ISK because I've got about 4 million from the Abyss site we did. Okay, let's see now. Let's try to repurpose our Purifier a little bit so that we can have a bit better stuff for next time. So one thing is medium automated structural reconstruction device. You can maybe see which one is the best, because I think the Tech 2 will be the best. Okay, so this inefficient one seems to be the best one, 60 and 18 seconds. And this, it actually has the same repair rate as Tech 2. See here, 60, 18. 60, 18. So we'll go with the inefficient one. I think this one's better. It's strange that it's called inefficient. Maybe it's capacity inefficient. Maybe that's what they mean. No, it has the same capacity uses as Tech 2. Oh, it's alright. We'll go for this medium inefficient one. Just better to go with the meta one if we can, because it's a lot cheaper than the Tech 2. Okay, you got this, and then what we want to have is expanded cargo hold. And go with, how many can we fit here? Maybe go with 2 of them, I think is a good idea. Like that. And we got all our cargo to go on another journey in the future. And also we could perhaps have a warp disruptor. See if we can come up with a PvP fit we could have right here if we were to go with some kind of PvP fit. Maybe it's a bit difficult because we got the Tech 2 torpedo launchers, so you got very limited like CPU. Perhaps we could remove this and put a missile guidance enhancer. This could be an option right here, so we have good like application, better application. We get a lot less DPS though. If we go with a warp disruptor, 2 is way too CPU intensive. Compact warp disruptor uses a lot of CPU right there. Go for co-processor maybe? Because I'm using these rigs. I don't want to remove these rigs because these are very good for the Abyss. Okay, let's go with target painter maybe. Stop with the armor repair. We can maybe use a Tech 2 target painter like that. Or maybe with the co-processor, disruptor. Maybe go with a warp disruptor like this. We can't go with Tech 2. We can go with maybe faint scope. This is a very good one. Heavy faint scope warp disruptor. There we go. Okay, this could be an option. We've got very bad capacitor though, so it's going to end very quickly. Perhaps we could put a cap battery here instead. A cap batch. Small cap battery. Oh, there we go. Look, it almost fits perfectly. And we're almost cap stable as well, so we can keep hammering down on someone. This could be an option. Not sure if I want to go with this, but this could be an option. What's the range here? 22. Tech 2 is 24. I know a lot of people, they use the, like, when they go for PvP fits, they go in stealth bombers, they go with the meta torpedo launchers. And it could be an option for us as well. But we can see, actually, because it'll be a lot better than Tech 2 Tech 2 torpedo launchers, since we will be like so much easier when it comes to the fitting. But I don't know, it's just, I like the Tech 2s though, they can do a lot of damage, but and it's also quite annoying to have to switch them. But we could always just refit the Tech 2 torpedo launchers if we want to refit the PvP fit. So let's see now what kind of fits we can come up with if we're using the meta ones. Let's see, because I mean, after all, we are going to be using a mobile depot, so we can refit anyway. There we go, now we have a lot more CPU to spare. Still got problems with the CPU here. So this could be an option right here, to go with the medium shield extender, 2 ballistic control systems, and a co-processor to give extra CPU. I'm not sure though, I'm not sure. It might be an option, but I'm not sure. If you guys have any recommendations for solo PvP Purifier fits, let me know in below. I think I'll go with the armor style, actually, to be honest, because I could still have the Tech 2 torpedo launchers then. Let's go with Tech 2 Warp Disruptor, I think that'd be better. I know a lot of people can fly bombs and these kind of stuff, so if you guys have any recommended fits for me to use for next time, let me know. I'm quite curious what kind of solo Purifier fits would be an option in Wormhole space, and also maybe nullsec space if I go there. Maybe even lowsec if there's a Wormhole that goes to lowsec. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for coming with me on this little journey. It's not a whole lot achieved, I feel like, but for me, I think it's fun just to feel like I'm living off the land, camping around in uncharted areas of space. I think it's fun in itself to know that I have or to sort of set up a camp in an unknown region of space. I think the whole experience is pretty fun for me. That's why I want to share this with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.